Hello, and welcome to our presentation on the evaluation of the YouthCare Education Program, which was designed by Heidi Franklin, Samina Giri, and Jaya Holloman. During the 2016 to 2017 school year, 8,938 students experienced homelessness in King County, Washington. Homelessness is a public health issue facing 4.2 million adolescents and young adults in communities across the United States, including King County, Washington, which includes the Seattle metropolitan area. There's an intersection between youth homelessness and educational disruption. Youth who have less than a high school education or a GED face a 346% higher risk of homelessness. And education is a tool that can decrease this risk and interrupt the cycle of homelessness, leading to stability and independence. Furthermore, having more education can increase the likelihood of a person obtaining a job that pays a livable wage, which can lead to improved healthcare access and safer living conditions. YouthCare, a nonprofit striving to end youth homelessness in King County, was founded in 1974 by Joanne and Larry Sims after experiencing two significant events in their community, which exposed them to the trauma faced by homeless youth. The organization runs 14 sites across Seattle, serving more than 1,500 youth each year, providing multiple individualized services, including an education program. YouthCare offers high school completion, GED, and post-secondary education programs, including tutoring, which help young people to dismantle barriers, build self-confidence, and obtain academic and workforce skills with the aim of achieving self-sufficiency and stability. Throughout its education program, YouthCare staff, volunteers, and service partners are dedicated to helping youth succeed in a well-supported, empowering environment with instruction tailored to their individual learning styles. While YouthCare offers several programs that aspire to lead the way toward a more stable and sustainable future for homeless youth, we chose to evaluate the education program because education can not only help to break the cycle of homelessness, it can also influence health outcomes.
Logic models are effective tools to assist in program planning, implementation, and evaluation. Each component in the logic model is vital to the overall success of the program. The logic model for the YouthCare Education Program serves as a visual representation of the program's inputs and outputs needed to achieve the desired short, medium, and long-term outcomes by the program, and ultimately lays the foundation for the entire education program. The highlighted components within the logic model are the identified components we chose to create evaluation questions for. These can be found under inputs, outputs or activities, and short-term outcomes. Each of these items will be further explained in detail. The evaluation will assess an input, activity, and short-term outcome. The input component will specifically address the quality of the YouthCare Education Program staff and their ability to effectively deliver classroom instruction and curriculum. Next, the evaluation will assess an activity within the program, specifically recruitment of participants. Evaluating recruitment activities will provide insight on how effective recruitment activities for the education program are. Lastly, the evaluation will address the short-term outcome of self-confidence gained. This will provide information indicating if participants within the program obtain the self-confidence needed to re-engage with educational activities.
The first evaluation question looks at the staff input from the logic model and asks, in what way are the YouthCare Education Program staff members qualified to deliver quality instruction to program participants, and how have their qualifications changed over time in relation to the training they received? The second question concentrates on an activity from the logic model and asks, how effective was the recruitment process in bringing participants into the program? Finally, the third question considers a short-term outcome and asks, how did the program affect participants' ability to develop the self-confidence needed to re-engage with formal education? To reiterate, question 1 is an input on the logic model that asks, in what way are the YouthCare Education Program staff members qualified to deliver quality instruction to program participants, and how have their qualifications changed over time in relation to the training they received? A core element of YouthCare's education program is the investment in highly engaged, knowledgeable staff who are capable of delivering quality instruction to program participants, ensuring that they achieve their educational goals. This question seeks to determine if the Youth Care Education Program staff are qualified to provide high-quality instruction to participants in the program. Being qualified is defined as having the knowledge, skills, and belief in and commitment to the program to provide the best instruction possible. The question also aims to evaluate how staff members' ability to deliver individualized instruction tailored to students' diverse learning styles has changed in relation to the specialized training they received. The answers to this question will provide information that can be used to improve the education program, including updating staff hiring standards and adjusting staff training to help ensure preparedness in meeting the diverse learning needs of program participants.
Recruitment can be found under the Activities section of the logic model. The evaluation question for the recruitment portion asks, how effective was the recruitment process in bringing participants into the program? This question seeks to measure the overall reach of the program rather than participant outcomes. In order to do this, the data collected from this evaluation question will need to provide insight into what recruitment activities need improvement and if the program is reaching the target audience of homeless youth in the area. One of YouthCare's core values speaks to equity, diversity, and inclusion. Through embracing diversity, YouthCare is able to provide equitable access to opportunities. The evaluation of recruitment efforts will provide further insight into whether the program is upholding this value from a demographic standpoint.
Our third question is, how did the program affect participants' ability to develop the self-confidence needed to re-engage with formal education? This question corresponds to our logic model's short-term outcome of participants' development of self-confidence needed to re-engage with formal education. Self-confidence is an attitude or behavior that can be challenging to measure because it is quantitative. Rather, it measures an individual's assessment of themselves. One of the core components of YouthCare's program is to re-engage King County's homeless youth into the learning environment. This population often has housing instabilities that lead to education disruption, which in turn can impact these individuals' educational attainment. The act of re-engagement is directly related to each participant's self-confidence or belief in themselves to be capable of success within an educational program. By evaluating this question, measuring self-confidence can provide insight into how it relates to participants' educational engagement and attainment within the program.
Our evaluation plan is modeled after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's framework for program evaluation. We will next share how data is gathered for the evaluation, as well as how findings will be shared with program stakeholders and be used to make improvements to the program going forward. Administration of the evaluation tools, as well as the collection, analysis, and reporting of the corresponding data, will be handled by third-party experts contracted by the evaluation team on behalf of the Youth Care organization. To evaluate whether the Youth Care Education Program staff are qualified to deliver quality instruction to program participants and to determine if their qualifications have changed after receiving training, a mixed methods one group pre-test, post-test design was selected. One of the tools used to collect quantitative data includes a scenario-based assessment questionnaire administered shortly after staff are hired and 1 week prior to them receiving training on how to deliver individualized classroom-based instruction to program participants, which targets learners' individual diverse learning styles. The same scenario-based assessment will also be given to staff 1 week following the training sessions. The written assessment presents staff with several hypothetical classroom-based scenarios for which they will rate each potential response to the situation on a 6-point Likert scale. Each iteration of the questionnaire will take approximately 30 minutes to complete. Respondents' answers will be scored using a master rating key designed based on the input of classroom instruction experts. Observation of staff as they teach in the classroom will also be used to assess performance and gather qualitative and quantitative data. To collect this data, a classroom observation evaluation form will be used. The form lists several evaluation criteria/questions with a 5-point rating scale that can be used to rate each criterion. There are also sections on the form to gather qualitative data such as suggestions for change, development, or improvement, and additional comments. Classroom observations will take place once within the first 30 days of the program and also once within the last 30 days of the program. Each observation period will last for the entirety of the classroom teaching session.
The evaluation design for the recruitment activities will utilize a 2-group post-test model. 150 program participants and 150 non-participants will be randomly selected to sample. Once selected, the evaluation team will conduct interviews to collect qualitative data regarding recruitment efforts of the program. Interview questions will be open-ended and capture individual insight and experiences with recruitment efforts. These responses will provide feedback regarding what recruitment efforts are successful and unsuccessful in bringing participants into the program. Interviews will be held within the first 30 days of initial recruitment activities and will be recorded. Each interview will be conducted by a third party and later transcribed for additional quantitative data collection purposes. The qualitative data collected during interviews will pertain to individuals' demographics such as age, race, gender, and education level. Responses to these questions will be organized and represented in the presentation to stakeholders.
The evaluation design for question 3 utilizes a two-group pre-test, post-test approach. The proposed methods will be based on primary data collection through quantitative surveys and qualitative interviews. Prior to the start of the program, 150 individuals will be selected and placed into each group according to criteria. For the quantitative portion of the evaluation design and data collection, both participants and non-participants will complete the academic self-concept scale before the start of the education program and 3 to 4 months afterwards. The questionnaire will measure students' perception of their ability to attain academic success and provide quantitative data regarding potential growth and self-confidence among respondents and determine if the program is a contributing factor. Participants will be the group that is enrolled in an educational program, and the non-participants will be part of the organization's other programs, not including education. A third party will be responsible for analyzing the data from the completed surveys and providing a report on the results and findings. The quantitative portion of the evaluation will take place as an in-person exit interview at distinct time points for participants and non-participants. The non-participant groups will complete the interview prior to the participant group at 24 weeks to prevent loss of data due to attrition. The participant group will complete their exit interviews at the culmination of their program, which is at approximately 1 year. The in-person interviews will be performed by a third party that asks open-ended questions regarding an individual's perceptions of educational ability, growth of self-confidence, knowledge of education as part of increased quality of life, and how the organization's program they utilize impacted them.
The evaluation will run concurrently with the education program for the duration of 1 year. Evaluation activities for all 3 components will begin at weeks 1 and 2 and carry over into week 52 at the end of the program. During each time frame indicated on the timeline, specific data collection activities will occur for each of the 3 evaluation components. These include interviews, questionnaires, and observation activities. Once all data has been collected, the findings will be presented to stakeholders.
Stakeholders form the backbone of YouthCare programming and services, and the feedback and direct involvement of the groups you see listed here are vital for the organization and the youth they serve to continue to prosper and make strides toward ending youth homelessness. YouthCare stakeholders include program participants, staff, members of senior leadership, the board of directors, volunteers and interns, community members, service partners, and funders.
At the conclusion of the program, the evaluation report will be completed within 3 months and be presented to stakeholders. Due to the large number of stakeholders, the report will be provided online and will be linked to the organization's website with a populated listserv message announcing the availability of the report to all subscribers. The next step will be to meet with subscribers to review the evaluation findings and develop future program planning. With all hands being present, program improvements can be discussed in detail with efforts in place to implement needed changes towards creating a positive impact for the target population.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. These are our references.